Expelliarmus! Right? Oh, I used my wand. Let's get going. Hi, this is Greg. This is How to Drink Show. I'm making cocktails and how to drink them, and we're talking about Harry Potter today. We're talking about the Crimes of Grindelwald, which comes out this Friday. Let's take it. I don't know what they're going to drink in it. In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, most of the drink that we hear about in the movie is giggle water. Giggle water to me implies something like champagne. It's a bottle, you open it, you drink it. But there is one scene in which Queenie actually orders a cocktail.
6 shots of giggle water and a Lobe Blaster, please.
We don't know what a Lobe Blaster is, but I decided to make one. So today we're going to make a Lobe Blaster, maybe to enjoy as before you head out to watch the premiere of The Crimes of Grindelwald on Friday.
So we gotta get a drink in this joint.
Let's make the drink. This is an interesting cocktail. It's got a kind of a neat property, and one of the things you're going to want to get your hands on are these little bottles. And I'll have a link to these on Amazon in the video description. These are about an ounce, and what I've gotten I've set these up with about 3/4 of an ounce of just lemon juice. Nothing but lemon juice. And the other thing you're going to want to get is some of these Butterfly Pea Blossoms dried. These are a Southeast Asian thing. They're used for making like a welcome tea, and they dye things blue. As a matter of fact, when you go way back in time, we've used them before on the show, but when you go way back in time, they were used to make the original blue curacao back in like the 17 or 1800s. A little too reactive to sit on a store shelf though, so now they just use blue food dye. But that reaction is what we're looking for here. So there's a little bit of artifice in this drink, right? There's some stuff that we're going to put in this drink and the process here that is strictly about showmanship, which is not something that I do a lot of on the show. Mostly the stuff that goes in the glass and how to drink is going to be about affecting the cocktail and the flavor profile and the balance. And in truth, this is a balanced drink, but we are embellishing it a little bit with a bit of theatrics. So, with a little bit of magic. Hey, so this drink is shaken. So one of the things you're going to want to make is blue gin. And so I mentioned needing these Butterfly Pea Blossoms, and you can take a clear liquor and soak that liquor with these flowers, and it will acquire the color, effectively dyeing it blue. So this is some Eau Claire Distillery Parlor Gin that I've dyed blue. We're going to use a 1/4 ounce of this. It takes very little time for liquor to leach the color out of these flowers. An hour or even 30 minutes is probably more than sufficient, whereas just like water, it would take much longer. It is a powerful pigment, and it's ready to let go of its color in a hurry. So we want a 1/4 ounce of that, and I want 1 3/4 ounces of just gin. I'm mixing this drink on gin because if you think about the time and place, gin would have been the thing to drink. Vodka wasn't really available in the 20s very much, and most people were drinking gin or some kind of whiskey. And I actually think that if a Lobe Blaster is a real drink and it's not strictly based on magical ingredients, that gin is probably in there. I need a 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. I'm actually going to be using a 2 parts sugar, 1 part water gum syrup. It's a little dark in color because I used a raw sugar, and it pours very slowly. Isn't that exciting to watch? 1/4 ounce of amaretto. Actually, I think the amaretto really adds a dimension to this drink, and going a little heavy on it if you like it there's nothing wrong with that in this drink. And I'm going to shake that. That's it. That's something that we're just going to shake that. I always do 1 shaker heavy cube, and then the other one I crack. All right, let's get this. Good shake. I have a glass like this. I call that a sherry goblet. I don't really know if it is or isn't, but it's kind of the right glass for this drink in my opinion. So we have a nice blue color here. Hey, that's all there was. You know, at your Harry Potter party, perhaps at your Grindelwald's Crimes premiere party, you would serve these drinks with these tiny little bottles available on Amazon. And then when they add the lemon juice, we should see a lovely color transformation that occurs. A little bit of magic. Presto changeo. And you can top this drink up with a little bit of seltzer. Garnish this with an orange peel. And give that a twist. All right, there we have the Lobe Blaster, a drink that I imagined based on some dialogue in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Will we see more cocktails of the Wizarding World in the Crimes of Grindelwald? Possibly, I don't know. But if I were throwing a Harry Potter party, I would definitely think about this Lobe Blaster. It's interesting. It has a kind of a, has a very tartness, obviously. There's a lot of lemon in there. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Clover Club. It has a flavor profile a little bit like that. Something about that combination of lemon and amaretto and gin brings out a kind of a warm nuttiness. You could swap the seltzer top with champagne. I think that would work well here. We could add a dash or two of absinthe in it as well. Almost never go wrong with that. Just to try the embellishment here. Yeah, that's actually really interesting. That adds a new dimension to it. That kind of wakes up some other flavors. Try it both ways. It might be not your speed, but I like it a lot, actually. I got more Harry Potter drinks coming in the coming weeks. This week we made a Lobe Blaster, as inspired by Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, in anticipation of the Crimes of Grindelwald. I'd love to hear how you like the film. I'll be seeing it. Maybe we can discuss in the comments. I still think that Christopher Walken should have played Grindelwald. It's me. This is How to Drink, the show about making cocktails and how to drink them. I'll see you guys next week with another cocktail. If you like the show, I hope you will please subscribe. Anything you see in the show that you want to purchase, I usually have a link to it in the show description. The recipe's down there too. I tweet at howtodrink, the number 2, and I'm on Instagram at howtodrink with the number 2. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/howtodrink. If you like the show, check those out. You know, this is all possible thanks to your support and love, and I love making these drinks for you. I'll be back next week with another drink on how to drink. I'm gonna finish this unless somebody Expelliarmuses it out of my hand. Rathilio! I was worried there. I thought I was gonna run out. Looks dangerous. I don't think I should drink that.